A cup of coffee, $5.25. Weekly groceries in Cumming Georgia, $125. Monthly utilities, $200. A brand new home in Cumming, $600,000. The cost of living in Cumming, Georgia, priceless. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's actually not priceless to live in Cumming. You actually have to pay for it. So there are a few different factors that go into account when you're thinking about the monthly cost of living anywhere, and specifically in Cumming. So really, we're going to take a look at things like the cost of transportation and groceries and monthly utilities and how much a monthly mortgage would be in Cumming. So let's start off with the current cost of gasoline in Cumming. Cumming is in like the far northern part of Metro Atlanta area. It's not even in Fulton County, it's in Forsyth County. And so it's quite a ways from the city of Atlanta. The southern part of Cumming is very suburban, like many of the other suburbs that we talk about on this channel, with lots of residential areas and different commercial areas here and there throughout the city. So you're really driving about 10 to 15 minutes to get to the nearest grocery store or to get to drop off the kids at school or wherever you might be going. The northern part of Cumming, however, is a bit more rural. It's still kind of being developed. There are still a lot of neighborhoods around there popping up and commercial areas being built. So it's a bit more driving on the northern part of Cumming or in the northern part of Forsyth County. So it really depends on where you live, but the southern part means you'll be kind of driving a little bit less. Right now, the cost of gasoline in Cumming, according to Gas Buddy, is about $3.70. It really just shot up just a couple weeks ago. Gas was like $3.40, $3.45. So I'm not sure what happened here in the last couple weeks, but man, gas prices have come up quite a bit in the last couple weeks. And then when it comes to the cost of weekly groceries or monthly groceries in Cumming, obviously that's going to depend on so many factors, like, do you buy all organic foods or are you buying ramen noodles? It kind of just depends on what you're buying, obviously. But to give you a good idea of what these grocery stores are like in this city, it's mainly going to be stores like Publix or Kroger. There's not really a whole lot of Whole Foods in Cumming. There is a Whole Foods close by in Alpharetta off of Old Milton Parkway, but off the top of my head, I can't think of a Whole Foods in the city of Cumming. Most of it is, again, stores like Publix or Kroger. So kind of middle of the road there. I don't even think that there's like a Trader Joe's yet in Cumming. I'm sure that there will be soon, but right now, this is mainly what we're looking at. There is an Aldi in Cumming, and that's really where you're going to get the best deal for groceries. So that's kind of what we're looking at for groceries in the city of Cumming. Okay, let's talk about how much homes cost in Cumming, and then we'll break that down to figure out how much a monthly mortgage would be in this city. Right now, the average sold price for homes in Cumming is $600,000. When we compare that to some of the other suburbs, we can kind of see where that falls in comparison to the rest of Metro Atlanta. So in Marietta, the average sold price right now is about $450,000. And in Alpharetta, the average sold price is $800,000. So Cumming is kind of in between these two cities. You're going to get more home for your money in Marietta than you would in Cumming, but less home for your money in Alpharetta than you would in Cumming. So many people who want to be in Alpharetta or close to Alpharetta and have a lot of the similar amenities as you would find in Alpharetta move to Cumming because it's just north of the city of Alpharetta. You're really looking at about a 10 to 15 minute drive to get to Alpharetta if you live in Cumming. But in addition to that, because homes cost less there, you're not paying the full Alpharetta prices for a home. You can get more home for your money. Your money goes farther in the city of Cumming. And so it's really a good trade-off for a lot of people, and certainly something that I would recommend. Average price per square foot in Cumming is about $213 per square foot. In Marietta, it's $215, and in Alpharetta, it's $268,000. So again, you can see in Alpharetta, your money is not going to go as far. The cost of living in Alpharetta is far higher, whereas in Cumming, it's much more reasonable. After a quick search on Zillow for what homes are currently available in Cumming, at around that price range, I found 1385 Rainfall Court, which is a 4-bed, 4-bath, about 3,000 square feet, and it's listed at 650,000. Also 4715 Silverleaf Drive, also in Cumming. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath home, 3,100 square feet. They're asking 640,000. And then another one is 298 Greenwood Estates Drive. It's a 4-bed, 4-bath, about 2,200 square feet, and they're asking 575. One of the biggest factors that's going to determine the price of these homes is not only are they updated or not, but also it's going to be the age of the home. Naturally, the newer the home, the higher the price tag is going to be. And we're seeing this more and more in the housing market every year, especially in the city of Cumming, where there's a lot of new development in Cumming, but there's also a lot of development from 2 or 3 decades ago. So a lot of the homes in that city are from the 80s and 90s. And then around 2005 to 2010, there wasn't really a lot of homes built. A lot of that had to do with like the housing bubble crash that happened back then. But now we're seeing a lot more newer homes being developed as the demand for homes continues to increase. So the age of the home is going to be a big factor for the price. The newer the home, obviously, the more expensive it's going to be. And then homeowners insurance will certainly range a ton depending on how high your deductible is or what company you go with. But for a $600,000 home, you're probably looking at something between $1,500 and $4,000 per year for homeowners insurance. We'll use a more conservative estimate of $2,500 as we're going to calculate now the price per month for a mortgage in Cumming. So for a $600,000 home in Cumming, a 20% down payment would be $120,000, and then the interest rate would be about 6.8%. This means that your monthly mortgage over 30 years would be $3,920. Of course, if you're thinking about moving to Cumming or any of the suburbs around Atlanta, feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. Thank you so much to everybody who has reached out. I really am happy to help anytime. So with that price tag, you can really see that the cost of living is a little bit less than Alpharetta, but a little bit more than a city like Marietta or Woodstock, Georgia. One quick note about property taxes, besides the fact that they come out in October, also keep in mind that the deadline for the homestead exemption is April 1st. This will give you a bit of a discount on your yearly property taxes. You only have to file it one time as long as you live in the home, but if you file it after April 1st, you'll have to wait a whole nother year for that to be applied to your property taxes. And then as for utilities, it really depends on if the home has natural gas or not. It's very common here in Georgia for houses to have access to natural gas. Very often, like the heater, the furnace of the home is run off of the natural gas, or the stove might use the natural gas, the fireplace, which just about every house here in Georgia has a fireplace. So these things will use the natural gas. If the house does not have natural gas, all of those things tend to use electricity. Except for a fireplace. I guess you would need like propane or something like that. So if the house does have natural gas, the average for the year is going to be about $100 a month. And then the electric bill will be average about $100 a month. And then water, you're probably looking at like $50 a month, I guess, depends on a bunch of things. There's no question that the cost of living in Cumming is well worth it for so many people, which is why Cumming is growing. Just every year it is exploding in growth. And that's because it's one of the most popular suburbs in all of Atlanta. So if you want to know more about what it's like to live in Cumming, Georgia, check out this video. I'll see you there.